Welcome to the Alternative Tentacles bATcast. My name is Dominic Davi. You might know me as the bassist for the band Tsunami, but I'm also a member of the Alternative Tentacles staff, and I'm back at the bATcast to let you know what's going on at Alternative Tentacles Records. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a while since I've done an episode, and I'm really sorry about that. The last episode was back in September of 2023 when I introduced you to Freya Hausman, who is our new general manager. Freya actually replaced me as the general manager. I had stepped down and moved away from working at Alternative Tentacles, but then they brought me back to help with marketing, and part of that is the Alternative Tentacles bATcast, and I'm happy to be here to talk to you about everything that's going on with Alternative Tentacles. Excuse my surroundings. For those of you who are going to see the video, you can see me here in a sound room that I have access to. I don't know if I will always be doing podcast episodes from here, but we're going to try it out. We're going to see how this works. It's interesting. This is kind of similar to an isolation booth where you'd record vocals, perhaps, but I'm going to try it out and see how it goes. So one of the reasons why it's taken so long to do another episode is that things got a little crazy for us at the end of the year. We've been really busy over at Alternative Tentacles. Some of you might have noticed some really obvious changes. There's been other changes behind the scenes that haven't been so obvious. First off, we launched a brand new website at alternativetentacles.com. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, I definitely recommend checking it out. It's a really cool site, very colorful, very cool. This was because our previous site was starting to get a little clunky behind the scenes, especially with how we were processing orders and how we were handling shipping. Thankfully, this new website makes that a lot easier, but we're still working the kinks out. There's a lot of issues here and there on the site. When you take such a massive collection of records and a huge store like we have, and you fly it over to a brand new location, there's always going to be things that are missing. So right now we are working with the web designer to help rebuild some of the parts that need adjusting. I found a bunch of problems actually just this last week, and I'm going to be meeting with somebody actually tomorrow to sort of correct those pages. So if you see anything that you notice on the site that isn't right, be sure to contact us. You can reach out at support@alternativetentacles.com and let us know. Chances are we're working on it. There's a lot of work that's ongoing with the website, and we're just moving through it as fast as we can, and it's so far so good. So things are getting fixed all the time. Things are changing, but largely the biggest thing, being able to get you guys the great records and clothing and merchandise that we have at Alternative Tentacles, that's all working. That's all working really well. We really love the site, and it's going to get only better. We're going to add a bunch of stuff to it, and cosmetically, it's only going to improve. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be really cool. Another thing that happened at the end of last year was the creation of the Alternative Tentacles Patreon. This has been really exciting because we've never done anything like this, and there was a lot of thought put into it. Yet another thing that is consistently evolving. We've created different tiers that allow people to access and have the benefits of a bunch of extra things that we're going to be doing over the course of the next few years, and it's pretty exciting. You can sign up for the Virus tier for only $2, the Bat tier at $5, the Tentacle tier at $25, then there's Squid tier at $50, and then the Plague tier at $65. And what these things will get you, you should definitely check it out. You can find the link at alternativetentacles.com. The Patreon gives you access to a bunch of different things, but one of the most exciting things about it is that you have access to the limited edition colorways of the records that we are repressing and or putting out new. So each month, just about each month, there's going to be a brand new exclusive color that is only available either on the Patreon or at any of our live pop-ups. So say if we do a booth at a show or something, that's the only way you can get them. If you join up and an album came out that you would have liked the extra colorway, while we have the limited edition version, you can still have access to those older colors. They're still available to you, but only through the Patreon. So if you're a super collector of Alternative Tentacles, this is the way to get some of these amazing colors. They're just fantastic. I'm really excited about it. And we've been issuing a ton of new represses of old stuff as well as new records. And this next year is looking absolutely insane. And I'm going to get into all of that in just one moment. But one of the things I also wanted to talk about before we play some music is the other thing we did towards the end of the year that was really crazy is we brought back Krampus Night. Now, I don't know how many people remember this, but a couple years back, we initially did a Krampus Night by partnering up with ArnoCorps and put on a big AT night. I think the original one was at Slim's in San Francisco. This one we put on at the Great American Music Hall in San Francisco. And it had been a while. We hadn't put on a show for Alternative Tentacles in quite some time. We had done some after-party shows with Mosswood Meltdown Festival that happens in Oakland, California. And that was a lot of fun. But this was the first purely Alternative Tentacles event that we had done in a long time. And we had an amazing lineup. We had ArnoCorps, the Darts, who hadn't played in San Francisco for years. Then we also had DFMK, who we recently put out a 7-inch with. Fantastic band out of Tijuana, Mexico. And then we also brought in a band that we're very interested in and are very excited about called Moms with Bangs from Novato, California, just north. And they're fantastic. And the show was incredible. I'm so sorry if you weren't able to attend, but here in San Francisco, it was fantastic. We had 2 Krampuses running around, causing all sorts of mischief. Winston Smith and Studio Fallout was present, had a booth. We had an AT table. All the bands had tables. It was so much fun, and it was a great way to celebrate the end of the year. And we're kind of thinking that maybe that needs to be an annual thing. We should continue forward and put on Krampus nights every year. Because we're also talking about doing Tentacle Fest and bringing that back, which was a big celebration that we're doing. But we're looking for a way to do more stuff in the Bay Area and put on more shows because we have all these amazing bands and it's so fantastic. So we're thinking that maybe we just need to do a lot more with it. So you can see a ton of photos that are getting posted online on our Instagram and on our website, and we'll be rolling out a lot more photos from that event as we go forward. But we got a lot of great footage, and I believe there was video of the evening. So it was pretty fantastic, and it was a lot of fun. So, but don't worry, we're going to be doing a lot more things like that, including trying to put our bands on tour. So it won't just be for people in the Bay Area of California. We can actually go beyond San Francisco. So with that in mind, let's take a moment and why don't we listen to a track off one of the bands that played. Let's start with ArnoCorps, and let's play a track off the greatest band of all time, their LP from 2005. This is going to be Last Action Hero. It's an absolute banger of a song. If you haven't heard it, check it out. This is ArnoCorps, Last Action Hero.
Claudius, you killed my father, big monster! To be or not to be, not to die! Look at the third!
And we're back. That was ArnoCorps, Last Action Hero. They are an amazing band, and they were one of our big headliners from the Krampus night celebration. That was absolutely fantastic, and they totally killed it. They were so great. During their set, there actually was, they often invite people up to do jumping jacks for 3 minutes during the course of a song. Not a lot of people can keep up doing jumping jacks apparently all that time. They have their one of their bass players, they have two, actually crowd surfs on top of one of their guitarists. I'm serious, that happens. And at the show at Krampus Night, not only did everybody get up on stage and go crazy along with the band, but at one point there was even a marriage proposal at Krampus Night. So yeah, the whole evening was just incredible. It was hosted by Jello Biafra, and it was just so much fun. So seriously, an amazing band, and it was an amazing night. But I want to talk a little bit about all the pre-orders that we have going on and what's going on with that, because it really ties in with the creation of the Patreon, and we got a lot of really cool, exciting stuff. So during the course of the pandemic, we got in a place where we were selling off a lot of records from our previous catalog, and we weren't having, it was a really tough time because distributors had shut down, stores were kind of shut down. We got in a place where we were able to move records from our discography through our website, but we weren't really able to get them pressed and reordered fast enough. So there's a lot of holes in the Alternative Tentacles discography. So while we're also bringing in new acts and doing new stuff, we're also trying to go back and fill some of the holes in our catalog. The Patreon is a big part of that because each month you pay a certain amount of money to get access to a lot of things through our Patreon. And this is one way that we are using that money that we're getting to repress these great records that we have while also issuing like new limited edition versions of them that you have access to. So it's really kind of exciting how it's working out, and it's only going to get better. One of the biggest things that occurred for this was that as many people knew through rumor before we had quite worked everything out, we have brought back the NomeansNo catalog to Alternative Tentacles. And this is humongous. So over the next however long it takes, we're going to be slowly but surely, as fast as possible, reissuing all of the NomeansNo catalog one after another. And that's a huge deal. And the first thing that we're starting with, we originally wanted to start with Sex Mad and just work our way through each release. But Sex Mad needed a little bit more work before we reissued it. And it turned out that Wrong, the legendary album, was actually ready to go. So we went ahead and moved forward with Wrong. Wrong went up first. It had a bunch of different limited editions. A bunch of people pre-ordered it. It is right now as we speak getting worked on. It should be showing up at the office at any time now. And once it shows up, it's immediately going out. All these pre-orders are going out. That you can still order it though. You can still get certain colorways and certain access. And if you sign up to the Patreon, you'll have access to the super ultra Patreon limited edition copy of that record. This is a huge thing. And one thing I can tell you that we haven't made a big announcement about yet, but it's going to be a really big deal, is once Wrong comes out, once we have that and it's in stores, we will also be launching the entire digital collection of NomeansNo online. So you will be able to stream the entire catalog online. So we've been working on all of this for a very long time. It's been a lot of work, but it's really exciting. The band's excited. We're excited. It's just, this band is amazing, and it's so good to have them come back to Alternative Tentacles, and we're excited to administer their catalog and put out some amazing stuff. There's so much there. It's been denied from everybody for so long. There's only so many things that are available online. And so we're so excited that you'll be able to stream it all. It's going to be a huge deal, and we're going to make a big deal about it. So I'm going to take a moment right now, and let's just play something off of NomeansNo Wrong. Man, there's so many good songs. Let's do It's Catching Up. We're going to play It's Catching Up right now. Check it out. But very soon, as soon as the album hits, you're going to be able to stream the entire catalog online. That's coming, and we're going to have this record shipping out really quick. This is a great time to order. There's still records available. You can still get it. So head over to alternativetentacles.com and make sure to snag your copy. Here's No Means No. It's catching up.
Have you heard the news? The dead walk. You hear that sound? You hear that sound? Like fingers scratching underground. You hear that sound? That slamming door. I fought it all my life, but I can't fight it anymore. It's catching up. I fought a dead duck. Shit out of luck. How do you hide from something you have found? Do you hear that sound? That scratching sound? Is it better to be lost or found? You can't ignore it. You can't talk it away. You can't drink it away. You can't fuck it away. It's catching up. I fought. And then shit out of luck. Give me a cider. Let me in. I am mad. You are my only witness. There are some things that never die. Things that never really were alive. I shut them out. I slammed the door. But I can't keep them back anymore. It's catching up. I fought a dead duck. Ooh. Shit out of luck.
Okay, that was No Means No, It's Catching Up. It's an amazing song. It's an amazing album. I'm super excited. It's going to be out everywhere here shortly, and then we will be moving on to the next one. I think the next one is going to be Sex Mad, but let's see what happens. It's something that we're working on. That could change, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Okay, so that's not the only album that we've been reissuing. We've also been seriously looking and turning our attention towards Jello Biafra himself. We have a ton of records that have been out of stock for a while and need to come in. One of the most exciting is Jello Biafra and DOA, their album, Last Scream of the Missing Neighbors, which is an incredible album. I can't believe it hasn't been in stock for so long. There was a lot of confusion about remastering the record, and there was a lot of going back and forth until finally we found the original mothers for the original master of the record, and Jello was like, that's what I want. I want that. So we repressed this record off of that original master, which is so exciting that we have that, because this is the way the record was always intended. And to Jello, it's the best version of that record. So That's coming out, and it's available for order for the first time in a very long time, and it's been missing for far too long. We also have a couple others from Jello, including from the Jello Biafra and the Guantanamo School of Medicine, his newer band that is a fantastic, amazing band. If you haven't heard them or seen them, their last album was Tea Party Revenge Porn, which I think is some of their best work. It's amazing, but they have a bunch of great albums like The Audacity of Hype, The Enhanced Methods of Questioning, which actually has been out of stock for a long time, and White People and the Damage Done. All of these records are amazing and highly recommended if you haven't gotten them. They all have unique colors and limited colorways. You should definitely check it out at alternativetentacles.com and take a look at what we have available at Patreon. We also have some really exciting things from Jello Biafra's other projects also coming out, like the legendary live cover album Walk on Jindal's Splinters by Jello Biafra and the New Orleans Raunch and Soul All-Stars. This is an incredible live record, highly recommended if you haven't gotten it, and we have some limited edition versions of it coming out for the very first time. It's so great, so you need to check it out. It's an absolutely incredible record. It's so cool. In fact, I'm going to play something off of it right now. Why don't we play House of the Rising Sun live? The whole record's live from Walk on Jindal's Splinters. Check it out. This is Jello Biafra doing the legendary song House of the Rising Sun, and it's definitely worth you hearing. Here it is. Take a listen.
All right. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. Children not to do what I have done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. I got one foot And God, I know I'm wise. You might recognize this is the only Cajun song. This is the only Cajun song we're playing tonight. It's by Rocket City.
Okay, that was Jello Biafra and the New Orleans Raunch and Soul All-Stars playing House of the Rising Sun. That record is amazing, and he's playing a bunch of stuff you never thought you'd hear Jello sing, and it's totally worth getting, and we have it in some limited edition colors that are not to be missed. Another one, we have a few others. Lots happened since the last time I talked to you guys. We also have reissued pre-orders for a record that I've been pushing for us to do for a long time. It's Tumor Circus, Meat Hook Up My Rectum. Yeah, if you've never heard of it, it's Jello Biafra with the members of the Steel Pole Bathtub and Charlie Tolnay of King Snake, Roost, Grong Grong, Lubricated Goat, who passed away a couple years ago. This is a really cool 7-inch, and one of the coolest things about it is actually the backside isn't music at all. It's an etching by Clive Barker on the other side of the record. Clive Barker from the Hellraiser trilogy, horror author and director Clive Barker. Yes, that Clive Barker made an etching for the other side of this record. It drives me crazy that this has been out of print for so long, because I think as a horror fan, I think that is the coolest thing. So we are finally doing it. You can pre-order it now. It's crazy. It's something I'm really excited about. And speaking of that, another thing, we got a lot going on. Jello Biafra and Mojo Nixon's 7-inch Will the Fetus Be Aborted has also been pre-ordered and available right now. So there's so many things. So that's the list of things that we are reissuing right now, and everything's being pressed, everything's being pushed to pressing, so get your order in. It's coming. Everything's happening all at once. That's kind of what's been going on around Alternative Tentacles. It's been very hectic, very busy. Since Freya has joined the team, it feels like everything's been cranked up to like Mach 10, and we've been working furiously to get these records together and out rolling and into production and back, and they're going to start coming in really fast. We're going to get a lot of them back to back to back, just rolling in, and we're really excited about. So that kind of covers a lot of the represses that are happening and what and how they are happening. So if you're listening to this and you haven't gotten those yet, don't worry, they're coming. They're all in production, and they're all going to be arriving at Alternative Tentacles very, very soon. And as they show up, we will be firing them right out. Pay attention to Alternative Tentacles. Sign up for the mailing list. We have a bunch of things going on that will help you know when your order is coming, and it's coming. Everything's coming, and it's kind of all going to come at once, and it's going to be crazy. We're going to just get them in and ship them out. So really excited. But now I think it's time that we start talking about some of the new stuff that's coming out. We've covered the things that we've been repressing. Now we should start talking about what we're putting out new, because, let's face it, one of the deals is we need to kind of roll out some new stuff. Well, one of the things I've been really excited about that we've come out with recently is a brand new 7-inch by the band Sandrider out of Seattle, Washington. Sandrider is an incredible band, and if you don't know that name and you're a longtime Alternative Tentacles fan, well, you might recognize some of the members from their last band, Akimbo. Akimbo was an incredible band and did a bunch of records with Alternative Tentacles. Well, two of the members, after Akimbo ended, started Sandrider, and they've been putting out albums ever since. They most recently put out a record with Satanic Royalty Records, which is phenomenal. And then they had 2 songs left over from that session, Aviary and Baleen. And they've put those 2 tracks together as a brand new 7-inch on Alternative Tentacles Records. And it is awesome. And to be honest, we released it in December of 2023, and it sold out almost immediately. it blew out, and we had ordered a lot. And so they've already been reordered. There's already a repressing coming. As of this recording, they're due into the warehouse anytime. So you can still go to the website and put in an order for the 7-inch. You will get it. This is an incredible 7-inch, and I think we should play a song from it right now. They just put out a video for this song. It's so good. It's so much fun. I think this video is hilarious. We're going to play Aviary off of the Aviary Baleen 7-inch. Check it out. This is Sandrider from Seattle. They're so good. I'm so stoked that they're doing stuff with Alternative Tentacles. It's so cool to be able to talk about them. So check this out. New music from Sandrider out of Seattle, Aviary. And we're back. How was that? Sandrider, Aviary, they're so good. I'm so stoked that we get to work with them. They're just such a great band, and they're great guys. You should definitely check them out. If you already have the 7-inch that we put out and you want more, check out Satanic Royalty Records. Michael's a great guy, and he's putting out amazing records, and he's got a couple records by the band, and I couldn't recommend them all enough. It's a fantastic label, and everybody involved is amazing. So check it out, Sandrider. I'm telling you, they're fantastic. Their record blew out because people are excited about it. And so are we. So this is just fantastic. Another thing that's happened recently, just to throw it out there, is the Darts have actually announced their new record. I don't have any tracks to play from it just yet, but don't worry, I'll be doing a whole show on Boomerang when we get closer. But the Darts have announced their brand new album, Boomerang, coming out this spring, and they're going to be doing a massive tour of the U.S. and Europe to support it. I've heard it. It's a great record. I'm really excited about it. Yes, it's coming out this fast. They just released Snake Oil last year, which is a phenomenal record. Now they're following that up with Boomerang, and it's going to be awesome. The Darts are just incredible, and it's been so exciting watching everything happening with them as they've just been blowing up bigger and bigger. They just got off a tour of the West Coast with Max Sabbath, which is an amazing band in of itself. And if you've never checked out Max Sabbath, trust me, you want to. It's crazy. I mean, it's a Black Sabbath parody band that mixes Black Sabbath with McDonald's. I don't know what else you need, but definitely check that out. But the Darts have just been killing it, and I'm going to play a track. This is the title track off Snake Oil, their album from last year. But don't worry, like I said, I'll have tracks from Boomerang to share with you guys on a future episode coming up. So be ready for that. It's going to be really great. They got a lot of really great songs coming, so I'm really excited. So right now, here's the Darts with Snake Oil. Enjoy. Okay, so you're almost caught up on everything that's been happening with Alternative Tentacles records in the last few months. The only thing I have to mention now is the one thing we just rolled out this last week. Alternative Tentacles Records just announced a partnership with Crispin Glover Records. to release a special 7-inch for Patrick Fitzgerald and his song Punch. Side A is Patrick's original version of the song. Side B is a Norwegian band called Motorpsycho featuring Jello Biafra singing the same song. This is a really cool 7-inch. It's very limited. They're only doing so many, so it couldn't be part of the 7-inch club because we couldn't get enough of them. But we do have a certain amount available in our store, and as of this recording, it's still there, but it's not going to be there for very long. So if you get a chance to get it, grab it. We have it in black and we have it in orange, and the song, it's going to be a really cool limited 7-inch. Patrick Fitzgerald, if people don't know, is an English singer, songwriter, kind of known for being one of the originators of the folk punk movement. He was kind of one of the so-called punk poets they talk about, and he's known for a really unique combination with his music of being both outraged and also optimistic, which is a wild balance to ride. So he wrote that song back in like 1980, back when Margaret Thatcher had been elected prime minister in England, and it's kind of apropos. He actually has a quote that I thought was really cool. I'm going to read it when he said this about the song. At the time the song was written, it seemed like the worst type of person to be in charge of the country would be a right-wing monster like Margaret Thatcher or a dangerous ex-actor reactionary like Ronald Reagan. A bit of a joke figure, but also a gun-toting and gun-promoting right-wing monster. And nobody might have expected by the early 2020s the world would end up in the hands of actual clowns like Donald Trump and Boris Johnson, people written off by their own public as comedic buffoons, people to laugh at and not take too seriously. Yeah, fair enough. The Norwegian rock group Motorpsycho combines psychedelic influences with high-energy punk rock and roll. Their output has been insane. They apparently have averaged one album per year over the course of the last 35 years. So that's wild. So they have a huge catalog that is a record collector's dream to look up everything. And they originally recorded their version of Punch with Jello Biafra for a tribute to Patrick Fitzgerald called All Sewn Up back in 2009. So, it's Jello. How awesome is that? So that record is going to be out on March 15th, and we are already taking pre-orders for it, and it is going fast. So if you hear my voice and you haven't gotten it yet, head over to alternativetentacles.com and definitely get an order in. We have black and orange, and we only have so many, and then they're going to be gone. So you definitely want to grab that. I wish it could have been part of the 7-inch club. It would have been perfect, but we couldn't get enough to cover it. So we got to just take what we got. Because Crispin Glover Records is mainly doing this. We just partnered with them to really get it out there. It's going to be a very sought-after 7-inch. You want to grab it. I think there's only 1,100 total of black in the world and 1,200 orange, and a lot of that's going to be in Europe. So if you're in the U.S., you might want to grab it. Seriously. I'm going to try and play one of those songs right now for you. So this is Motorpsycho with Jello Biafra singing Punch. So check out the song and see what you think. We're really excited about it. Here it is. If you like it, head over to alternativetentacles.com and grab that record.
Not just badly dethroned. a mockery of you. I'd love to take you both apart. I'd love to inspect your insides and see if there's blood in your heart. I'd fuck you up the way you fuck up everybody and every day who look at you and think they have some guiding star to shine their way. But politics is a stupid game. It hasn't any rules. And politics is just a word like power. Let's do politics is worthless, a complete waste of time. Which never will qualify for the category of crime. Just because, just because, just because, just because he's a show figure, taking himself serious, a crowd figure, pretending he's serious, the powerful creep that keeps on telling you it's great. Remember, masquerading as a head of state, just
And we're back. That was Motorpsycho with Jello Biafra singing Patrick Fitzgerald's Punch off the new 7-inch that we have available for pre-order on AlternativeTentacles.com right now as a partnership with Crispin Glover Records. So check that out. Grab one while it's available. They won't be available forever, and once they're gone, they're gone. That's it. That's all we get to do. Okay, I think I got you all caught up with what's been going on with Alternative Tentacles Records for the last few months. I think we're in a good place. I think a lot of exciting things are happening. We got more stuff coming. If you have any more questions, be sure to hit me up. Why don't you write bATcast at AlternativeTentacles.com if you have a question or a request. Would like me to have a band on? Would you like me to interview somebody? Do you have questions for any of our bands? Hit me up. bATcast at AlternativeTentacles.com. I'll listen and read all of your suggestions and shape the shows from there. I got a lot of really great shows coming up and a lot of really good plans. We're going to have a lot of guests. So we're really excited. I think I'm going to wrap up the show tonight with one of the other bands that played Krampus Night. I think we should play DFMK off their Dam Peligro 7-inch, which is fantastic. Let's play Mi Consume El Vino. And I think that's a great track to go out on. You can get that song on their 7-inch that we have for sale at AlternativeTentacles.com. They are a fantastic live band. They tear it up on stage. If you haven't seen them live, seriously, find them, follow them, go to their show. They are an incredible band. We're really excited to be working with them. They are so talented. Jorge is an amazing frontman. He is seriously phenomenal. So check out this song. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of the Alternative Tentacles bATcast. I hope you've enjoyed this little quick run through of everything that's been going on with Alternative Tentacles for the last few months. I should be back in 2 weeks with another episode. I'm going to try and see if I can get a band on here and have an interview and have a guest. So look forward to that. I'm really excited because that's going to be fun. But either way, I should be back in 2 weeks with a brand new episode, and we will keep this going. Anyway, thank you so much. I'll see you at AlternativeTentacles.com. This has been Dominic Davi. I'll see you next time.